After 4 months of racing, it all comes down to this. Tonight, the final round of the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship comes to you from the Road America circuit in the United States, here on Apex Racing TV, and of course iRacing Live. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Smiley Kumo and Sam. Road America, it's a fantastic destination for the final round, and we've got a battle for the title on our hands.
Yeah, fantastic round for a fantastic series, and I think we are in for another great race. I think pretty much all the races this season so far have provided us with plenty of action. Even if we've had seen some dominating performance like Chelsea at Spa, still there has been great battles all over the field.
Yeah, it's been a super season. It's really fun to cover, and yeah, the final round is an endurance race. It's 2 hours long, and we'll be bringing you every single lap of that. We're currently in qualifying 2, right at the very end of the session, and it does appear, Sam, I tell you what, Rafał Kajarczyk is not here.
Yeah, I was trying to find him on my time space, and I cannot see him. So this leaves Tony Klusterman currently holding the pole position. So it's he just needs to finish the race, I
think. He's the champion regardless if Kajarczyk isn't here.
Oh right, yeah, exactly.
And that is, oh dear me. Apologies for the late entry to the session, by the way, as well. But that is a rather large anticlimax. But we'll see if we can. Still get a good race out of it. We've got drivers just finishing up qualifying. I think pretty much everybody is done. So I'll take you through the starting grid then for the final round of the season, round 18. Tony Klusterman on pole position, champion-elect. And if Rafał Kajarczyk does not enter the session in the next couple of minutes, he will win the title right now. Jean-Philippe Bousselin alongside him on the front row with the Ford. That's the best qualifying position for Ford all season. Dortmund Gantar in third. Victor Tanaka, very, very quick American, in fourth. Dan Lenson in fifth. Stephen Lattimore is sixth. Chris Jackson in seventh. Dave Janssen in eighth. Klaus Winther in ninth. And Stephen Phillips in P10. Jose Borges 11th. Victor Morajon 12th. 13th, Peter Bingham 14th. Kim Holter. Anthony Woodward is 15th, with Daniel Tomsic in 16th place. Alec Kowalski in 17th. 18th, Stefan Spantig. 19th is Clyde Whiting. Robert Lundgren 20th. Bill Switzer 21st. Katie Taranto in 22nd. Richard Brightwell 23rd. Ronald Moons in 24th. And Michael Blum will start at the back.
And looking over the champion standings, two drivers that you really want to keep an eye on is Dave Janssen and Daniel Tomsic. They are still in it for the third position overall in the championship, with Janssen at 2,537 points, followed by Tomsic at 2,388.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the points, there is 450 points available for the winner here tonight. 435 for second, 420 for third, 405 for fourth, and 390 for fifth. That means that everyone down to Richard Brightwell has a mathematical shot of finishing third overall. So that's going to be the real battle that we've got on our hands here today. And unfortunately, it looks like our title battle is not even going to happen, which is absolutely devastating. But I mean, Tony Klusterman, Sam the Canadian, he's been at every single round this season. And in the end, that has actually won it for him.
Yes, he has stayed very consistent throughout the season. Maybe we saw Rafał fading out a little bit towards the end of the season. Maybe he had some other commitments or change in focus. But he was fast at the very few races at the beginning of the season. So I'm not sure if he knew that he wouldn't be able to compete during this last round. But he is secure for the second right now.
Yeah, I mean, second is still a fantastic performance, and he's kind of had a very good season. He was sort of up there in the top, back end of the top 5, constantly in the top 10 at the start of the season. Then it was the middle part of the season that he was really, really strong, such as I remember the endurance race at Spa-Francorchamps, like you were talking about, Sam, where he absolutely destroyed the field by 45 seconds, and we thought, right, this is it now. came through and he was very, very good in the next few rounds. Really took the fight to Klosterman. And but today, well, non-attendance at the final meeting. I think unfortunately that's just put the nail in the championship coffin. But Tony Klosterman is going to be absolutely delighted. And one thing he can now do, Sam, is he can relax. He can really get down to business, and starting from pole position, that's pretty much the best place you can be.
Yeah, but you know how the races are. He is definitely going to want to win this one. He's not just going to sit back and let someone else take the win for the final race of the season.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. He's going to try and win the race, and that's certainly, absolutely certainly going to be his motivation for tonight. 2-hour race then. The drivers are just about lining up on the grid here at Road America, and absolutely fantastic scenes. And I'm really, really looking forward to this one. And we've got one of the biggest grids of the season as well. We've got 25 cars out there. These V8 supercars really do take up quite some space out on that circuit. The Holden Commodore, of course, and the Ford Falcon. We've actually got two Fords. We've actually got two Fords within the top 5. So we're almost ready for the start here at Road America. Green light is on and we're away. What a good start by Gantar. He's already drawing alongside Klosterman. Into the first corner they come. Gantar's late on the brakes. He's trying to go around the outside. He's been very impressive since joining the series in the mid part of the season.
Oh, someone's off on the grass.
Do we know who it was?
I didn't quite catch that, but fortunately, no one got caught in it. No incidents. Oh, a little bit of bumping and banging between Bingham and I believe that was Jose Borges.
Oh, and Bingham and Holter now down the straight towards the tight left-hander at the end of it. We generally call it turn 3. So, there's a crash in the midfield. Bang! Huge one. Huge crash
that
for
was Daniel Tomczyk.
Oh, and number
also
13 takes out his teammate.
Bill Switzer.
Clyde Whiting completely annihilated Peter Bingham.
And Daniel Tomczyk, he was in...
Yeah, Bingham, sorry.
Yeah, Tomczyk was in battle for the 3rd place in the championship.
And he's out now. I'm almost certain he's going to be out.
He has actually... Yeah, the engine blew up. So no chance for him to continue.
Massive impact with the wall, and really absolutely devastating for Daniel Tomczyk. Already some controversy then in the first few laps. One of the bright yellow cars, one of the Delegaff racing cars, Sam, went in so hot into turn 3. It was unbelievable, and it was
I would
Clyde
imagine
Whiting that was out of control.
Yeah, might be him, and also Bingham had trouble. Bingham is missing the rear wing right now. Oh,
hang on. Oh no. Oh! Somebody else is really struggling as well, and that is Stefan Spantig. He's having all sorts of problems even keeping the car straight.
Like I believe he might have had a slowdown penalty as well.
He's just really struggling out there. He can't get the power down as well, so it looks like he's driving straight, but it doesn't look like it's driving particularly quickly.
I can see there's a little bit of damage to the front left, so he's fitting in for repairs right now.
Yeah, he's coming in. That was it. It wasn't a great start for JP Busalan in 3rd. He started 2nd, and well, he's trying to work his way through the field now. He's got the top 2 in sight. 4th is Stephen Latimore. He started 6th. That's a good start from him. Victor Tanaka's dropped 1 position, and Dan Lenson has dropped 1 position as well. Biggest movers so far is Michael Blum. He started in 25th position, and he's up now into the top 20 in 18th. Kim Holter having a look up the inside of Alec Kowalski of GTL.
And we've had a spinner. I believe that's Victor Morjon.
Yeah, it was Morjon, yeah, just in front of this battle actually that I was watching. Morjon ends up going around. So easy to do in this V8 supercar. And still side by side, Kowalski and Kim Holter fantastic driving here. And Kowalski getting through there. Very nicely indeed.
Just looking at where the championship rivals are. Dave Janssen, he is currently 9th, and where is Jose Borges? He's 11th, so they still have a good battle going on there.
Yeah, Borges has got damage to the rear of his car. Rear left corner is gone, so he's going to be suffering a little bit. But Janssen, yeah, Janssen's car looks okay, the Ford. See if he can make his way past. I think that's Chris Jackson, is it?
Steve Phillips. Yes. Steve Phillips, privateer here, and David Janssen driving for the Stinson Sim Racing.
3rd overall at the minute, Dave Janssen. His immediate threat was from Daniel Tomsic, who's out of the race, crashed into the wall on the first lap. He did get turned. I don't know really if you saw. Did you see what happened and why that came about?
Not exactly sure. I think we were focused on the battles with the first early laps.
It looked like he got quarter panelled, but I don't know whether it's his fault or the driver behind. Good battle here, Brightwell and Lundgren. Lundgren didn't have the best time of it at the previous round, but and he nearly loses the car, and this might give Brightwell the opportunity to make something happen down the hill.
Oh, and Michael Blom behind them, also looking for a chance to make a pass.
Blom's getting right into the action. Then we said that he's the biggest mover.
Not quite.
Said that he's the biggest mover out there at the moment. Oh, wide goes Lundgren. He says thank you. So does Bloom and Casey Taranto and Peter Bingham, who's trying to get back through. Bingham, who's got no rear wing on the car.
Doesn't seem to slow him down at all.
Not really.
Well, this is one of those tracks that you don't necessarily need the downforce here. So maybe that is helpful. Who knows?
Who knows? I think he might be quick in the straight line now, Pete, but yeah, and a bit lighter as well, so that'll be another help. I don't know if he'll pass the tech inspection at the end, I'm not sure, but Tony Kusterman then leading the way, our champion, unless of course he does a Michael Schumacher and gets disqualified from the entire series tonight. Well, it's pretty safe to say that he's going to be the winner.
Yeah,
but will he win the race?
But he hasn't been able to pull away from Domen Cantar yet, so it seems like Cantar does also want to get the win for himself.
He's been very good as Cantar.
Yeah, but has he had any wins this season? Do you remember? I don't think so.
I don't think he has. No, I think he's. I really wish I could move that Discord thing off of the standings page that I've got, and I would be able to see it, but I can't. So there we go.
You might be able to take a look.
But I don't think he's got any wins. I'm pretty sure he's finished in the top 3 a couple of times this season. At least he's only joined halfway through the season. This is only his 8th race, but he's 12th in the championship, and he's probably going to go ahead of. Well, he's definitely going to go ahead, I believe, of Samuel Buzan tonight, because Buzan is not here.
Yeah, found it. He has 7 races, no wins, but 6 top 5, so that is very consistent driving from him.
A problem for Katie Taranto. She's ended up in the wall in the final sector, going through. Oh dear, Bill Mitchell bend, I think, was the problem for Katie. She slammed into the wall, and the bonnet is gone on that Ford Falcon.
Yeah, replay on the screen right now.
She can get back into the pits and get the fast repair though, Sam, and now the only problem is now for her, she can't go to the end. So she's going to have to make another pit stop at least after this one.
Yeah, we heard from the estimate is you need about 3 pit stops for this race.
So that might be 4 for Katie then, possibly.
Yeah, most likely, because we are only 90 minutes in.
Long race though, and if ever there's a chance for someone to make up ground and for Taranto to get back into the race, it would be this one. Tony Klusterman then. As you mentioned, Sam, he's only about 1 second ahead of Gantar, but can Gantar stay in the slipstream? He'll be slowly losing that slipstream effect, and yeah, he'll be. You can see he's just struggling to stay with the Canadian.
Yeah, but only a tenth difference. Looks like they are both slowing down a little bit. Maybe that hardware is starting to come in. You use those. You have usually like 2 or 3 perfect laps with the new tires, and then it starts to settle down to the race pace that is usually about a second or half a second slower than your optimal pace.
If Gantar pushes hard for a lap or two, you're right, he may get closer to Tony, but he also may cook the tyres, and it's too early really to be. You don't really be stressing the tyres at all at this part of the race.
Oh, and look behind them for the back for the third place. Tanaka,
Latimore and Tanaka.
Yeah,
and goes through.
And also, take a look who was the fastest guy on the previous lap. That was Tanaka.
Well, he's done that before, hasn't he, Victor Tanaka? Oh, hello, Latimore. Very, very sideways. And here comes Busalan up the inside. The Ford driver. And he can't get it done, but Latimore all over the place, and Busalan sliding the car as well.
Yeah, I was just about to mention Dan Lanson momentarily disappeared from my top screens, but it seems to be just a technical issue.
Yeah, I saw that. He just randomly appeared when those two were having their battle. He is in 6th place, is Lenson.
Yeah, that can happen, but if you are away for too long, you will get disqualified. So let's hope his connection stays up for the rest of the race.
Well, hopefully. It's a long race, though. If he's having issues now, then it's not going to be great later on. Possibly, anyway. Busalan is now... He's still pretty close to Latimore, but... Busalan qualified really well in 3rd position. But, yeah, just not making any inroads there. Just dropping down the order slightly.
Yeah, as we see Dan Lenson again having issues with the connection.
He's there again now, but you wonder how long is he going to maintain it. Oh, what's this behind? Goodness me, Phillips.
8th place. Phillips, Janssen and Winter.
And Winter. Winter trying to go up the inside. Janssen around the outside. Dave's trying to get that 3rd position in the standings. It's Phillips who maintains the position. Currently 8th. Started in 10th, Stephen Phillips, so 2 positions gained. And they were over Dave Janssen and Klaus Winter, so they want to get those positions back. And down towards the hairpin at the bottom of the circuit. Oh, bit of contact. Only a little bit. Phillips runs wide. Here comes Winter. Winter on the outside.
Janssen didn't get a very good run out of the corner. And now Winter might have the inside line here.
I don't think Janssen knows whether he wants to attack or defend, does he?
Yeah.
He's finding himself just... You can see the indecision in the car for Dave Janssen.
Yeah, he really needs to do the both things at the same time.
Yeah, he just needs to... It's very difficult to focus on 2 things at once. Well, attacking and defending at once.
Yeah, and then if you attack and make a move but are not able to make a pass, then that really opens you up for counterattack from behind.
Well, it might be opened up anyway, because here comes Klaus Winter. Looks like he thought about it into Canada corner. Decides against it. And this battle is actually drawing Borges and Morjon slightly closer to this one. So if these guys start fighting, you could have Woodward as well, and you could add him to that. But yeah, if these guys start fighting, then we could draw the cars behind into this battle well and truly for 8th place.
Right now it does look like Janssen is faster than Phillips, but just hasn't been able to find a pass. And here comes Victor Morjon on Jose Borges. Takes the inside line.
Inside Morjon. Yeah, and his ball's just going to try and come back. Out of turn 1, he might have the line for 2. As I think about it, but decides in the end not to bother.
As this battle continues for the 8th place.
Wow, they're really giving it everything. Dave Jansen's trying to go around the outside of everybody. Oh, and he's done it. That's really good. It's a very, very good move by Dave Jansen. It is nice and accomplished. And Klaus Winter now going to have a go on Phillips, is he?
Or is Phillips going back at Jansen?
Where's he going to make the move, though? That's the question, because best chance will probably be into Canada corner. So around the carousel. Slightly wider line from Stephen Phillips. Loses a bit of time in the middle of the corner, but he's going to get a better exit. Out he comes. Hard on the power, nearly loses the car into the kink.
That was a close one.
That would have been a huge one. But look at the run he's got. Look at the run he got through the kink. Should go through there like that every time. Up the inside into Canada corner. Comes Stephen Phillips. Is he trying to take back 8th position? Can he do it? Jansen hangs tough around the outside. Oh, he just maintains it. Fantastic. And Winter is looking now for a way around. Phillips twitching the car, he's all over the place.
I think Winter got a good run here.
Yeah, excellent run. For both the Holdens actually behind the Ford of Jansen. Pulls out the slipstream. Jansen's going to have to yield. Oh, has he got the cut back right? I think he has, you know. He's up the inside. Into turn 2.
And now here comes Winter. They're both very slow.
Where is Klaus Winter going to go? He's going to go up the middle is the answer.
Oh, this is going to get
scary. Oh no, big one, Winter and Jansen. And Phillips laughing all the way to the bank, as is Morjon. I'll take those 2 positions, thank you very much. Off goes Woodward as well. Anthony Woodward in what is now 10th.
Jansen is able to continue, but Carlos heavily damaged. Where is...
He's going to have to come into the pits, is Jansen, certainly. Dear me, he can barely turn the car. And that was just... I don't know, it just got stuck together a little bit, did they?
Yeah, I think they misjudged the position of each other's car.
Just gonna have a little look at that back.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the replay as well.
So they're going along all nicely. Oh, it's just the tiniest nudge. I think Winter was drifting over slightly. It was hard to tell.
Yeah, you can get really blindsided when you're in the middle or the inside. It's hard to estimate how much space there is left on your outside.
Yeah, it's awful. Everybody's pretty much has had a situation where it's happened exactly like that. Here comes Victor Morjon then. He's looking to gain a 3rd position in just 1 lap. He tries to get past Steve Phillips. Phillips now up to 8th, so we'll be happy with that. Morjon, well, Phillips stays 8th. Morjon up to 9th. He's got a good run through here. See what he can do through 2. He's got a better line through 2 than Phillips did. Hard on the power now. See what sort of speeds they reach in these V8 supercars. Up to 250, 260. nearly 270 kilometers an hour. Hard on the brake. Oh, Phillips, very hard on the brakes there. He outbraked himself. But I think he's going to survive. He just about got it stopped for the corner.
Yes, neither of them got a very good run through that corner. But Morrison was able to caught up by about a couple of tenths.
Kim Holter's catching Jose Borges as well. Some battles nearer the front too. Victor Tanaka hasn't been able to fully get rid of Stephen Latimer. There's only 1 second between those two. Jean-Philippe Bousselan is only 1 second ahead of Dan Lenson. Gantar is slowing. It's been a terrible lap for Gantar, it looks like. Or has it just been a really good lap for Victor Tanaka?
I'm seeing at least off track for Gantar on this lap.
Let's have a look. Kloosterman, he climbs the hill and does a 210.4. Gantar 211.7.
Yeah, Gantar went run wide on the exit of King, but I don't think it hurt him too much.
I wonder if you got a slowdown then, possibly. I don't know.
I don't think you get it if you run wide. He was wide on the exit.
But maybe for something else, because yeah, that's 1.4 seconds lost. Maybe it was just a scruffy lap, but what that has allowed is that Tanaka and Latimer can now see second place, and now much closer is Gantar. We'll see if there's anything that can be done there. There's still a big train going on between 10th and 14th. That's Anthony Woodward, Jose Borges, Kim Holter, Michael Blum, and Peter Bingham. Blum, of course, up from 25th on the grid, and he's now in 13th place.
Good progress there, and the car seems to be intact, so he has been able to avoid any incidents here.
Yep, and that is the key. We do say that often here on Apex Racing TV, but we mean it. It's very, very important getting to the end of these races. It's a bit Captain Obvious, I know, but you know, you cannot score any points if you don't finish the race.
I'm also just taking a look at, because I don't think Michael has been there for most of the events. At least I don't remember seeing him.
I'm not sure I've seen him so far this season. I'm just going to have a quick scan down the standings. I believe this is his first race.
Yeah, this must be, because I don't see him in there either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
so
his
for a
first
first race and up 12 positions, that is a good way to start your, get your first entry in this series.
Yeah, he was right at the back. He didn't qualify or anything, although he's had a pretty bad lap here because he's dropped off the back of Holter. So Holter, Borges and Woodward are still fairly close together.
What happened to Ronald Moons? He was very slow through there. Let's see.
So slow down for Ronald. He was in front of Bill Switzer, and he goes off. He goes off at the one before the carousel.
Yeah, that's the turn 8.
And yeah, he just recovering from that with dirt on the tyres. So Ronald Moons was going pretty well in 19th place, but yeah, not in this case. Just making a little bit of a hash of the middle sector.
Well, we still got 1 hour and 37 minutes to go, so
yeah,
there's plenty of time to catch up and make up for that mistake.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the race is definitely not lost for anybody at this point, and I think that's what the guys at the front are kind of...
and battle for 8th place again. Morrison makes a pass on Phillips. Just about.
He sort of run him off a little bit, didn't he? But in fact, to be fair, Morrison was right on the inside, and I think Phillips just kind of drove into him. So yeah, it's good move by Victor, and he's up to 8th place. You're watching Apex Racing TV, iRacing Live, for the European the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship, and it's the final round of the season from the Road America circuit in the United States. Andrew Woodhouse, Sam Kumo, bringing you all the action, and well, it's been fairly eventful so far, Sam. The one thing we do know, though, is that Tony Kloosterman, he should well be the champion, all being well.
Yeah, he should be the champion, but the third place in overall standings is still up for grabs, and who knows? Let's see.
Well, who knows
we have
now? Because are they all out? I think most of them are out, aren't they? There might be Borges at this rate. I think it will be.
You might be right.
Borges in 11th, and the only other person who can get
Clyde
there is Clyde
Whiting
Whiting. Whiting is in 16th, and then Brightwell in 18th. So,
well, they have only
Janssen
about...
back in the race? Janssen's back in the race, actually.
Yeah. Borges and Whiting, there's only 10 seconds between them, so it is still on for that title.
So Borges is currently 11th, which would get him 306 points.
Is that 12th?
Sorry, 12th now. He was 11th. He just lost. He just literally lost 11th, so he's 12th now, which would give him 297 points. Dave Janssen at the minute is 22nd, which would give him 213 points, so 84-point difference. And with the 84-point difference, that would still mean that Dave Janssen's going to take it. So it would probably need Dave Janssen to retire from the race for Jose Borges to take third place. However, Janssen has already had one big crash in this race, so he can't afford another one because he's used up his fast repair.
That is actually true, yes. Currently he has the perfect car, but just one more incident like that and it's out.
Yeah, it'll be all over for him, and then it's a good chance then for Jose Borges to come right into it. We'll see what he can do, Borges says, who's just got a slowdown, I think. Oh, he's got a lot of damage. Where's that damage come from? Was that there anyway? I think that might have been there earlier, might it? But he's very slow through the carousel, and there goes Bingham. So issues for Borges. Real issues.
That looks way more damage than he had before. There is off track for him on the seats.
I don't think there was any damage on the front like before. Just have a look then.
That might be slowdown for him. He got the inside curb on turn 8 quite heavily.
Car just doesn't look quick at the minute either, though. So Michael Blum is the one behind him. 11 positions. And here comes Holter on Woodward.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's see Blum.
Oh, he just loses the car. Wheel on the grass on the way into the final corner. Manages not to spin it completely. Alec Kowalski, but yeah, unfortunately for him. Oh, look at this. Woodward going back past Holter. Holter had just taken Woodward. Woodward says, I'll have that back. Thank you very much. And Bingham coming through as well with the minus the rear wing.
Well, he has a decent speed at least. And look how dirty the inside line is already.
It's going to be nice and aerodynamic at least. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of heck of a lot of debris being kicked up already in this race. We're only 2 hours in. Only 2 hours in. We're only less than half an hour in. So yeah, I think it'll get better in terms of it'll get a little bit cleaner, but in terms of the dust. But then you'll have marbles and other things building up there, and stones and things like that. So yeah, it might not be that great for everybody later on.
And we've also had the practice session before this, which they've been using the track a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna carry it over from that. And Bingham giving it everything through the kink. It's close for third now, Sam. It's very, very close.
Between Tanaka and Latimore.
It's massively close here. Tanaka just holding off Latimore, who seems to have found really good pace in the last few laps. Hard on the brakes into turn 2.
Latimore has been fairly close for these past few laps, and now he's making move. But that is outside line, and that's not the preferred line here.
Oh, depends how good he is on the brakes. The answer is very good. He cleared him already. Keeps it nice and tidy through 3. Oh, not on the exit, he didn't. I think he's okay. Bit of a fright for Stephen there, but managed to keep the place. Now, what can Tanaka do? We've seen how quick he is in the past, so I'm sure he'll be able to challenge him again, but we'll see what he can do. It's difficult when you're at an even pace to the car in front. Really, what they need to be doing is getting on it and trying to catch Gantar.
Yeah, and have we seen Tanaka overtaking people that much? He's usually lapping those insane lap times, but I don't think we've seen him in the battles that much.
He was in... There was one of the races he was in where he dropped to the back quite early on and he had to fight his way through. I remember that. And I remember he was he had an issue, I think, at Imola, but I know, but obviously at Imola it's quite difficult to overtake, so didn't really do a lot there. I can't remember which race it was, to be honest, that I was referring to, but he did drop down the order quite a lot.
Oh right, I think I remember what you mean. There was one race where he overtook everyone by 2 times.
The leaders are in the pits, Sam, for the first time.
Also, Latimore and Tanaka as well.
Yep, everybody's in. Busalan leads the race then. Actually, he doesn't. Klusterman still leads the race. Busalan actually did not lead that lap, but he's going to be physically leading at least. Dan Lenson is now going to be in second. He's going to get out of the pits first then. As Klusterman finally makes it into his box. There's such a long pit box here at Road America. Such a long pit lane, sorry. It takes ages to get down there. But yeah, 5 drivers are in the pits. Chris Jackson from 7th is in as well. As I'm not sure the black car is, but I think that's the car that's retired, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be.
Klusterman leads away from the pit box.
26 points. Yeah, 26
oh,
points.
Gantar's not going to make it. And it's Tanaka. Wow, so he just lost the place out on the racetrack, Sam, but gets it back in the pits.
Yeah, so Gantar has had a very slow pit stop at 31 seconds. That was 3 seconds slower than Tanaka.
But I suppose remember that, this car can take more fuel than just half an hour's worth. So it may well be that some of them are opting to run a bit longer in this second stint. I don't think they can stretch it out to a 2. I think some people might attempt a 2, but I would imagine you'd need a lot of fuel saving.
No, from what we heard before the race, with the full tank you can run about 16 laps, and you need about 3 pit stops.
I mean, that's the only thing that I'm thinking of with maybe with Gantar, is that he's going to run long middle stints and maybe mean that he can take less fuel at the end of the race, possibly. So we'll see. I mean, it might only be a couple of laps, but if that means that he can gain a couple of seconds at the end of the race, he might take it. But of course, now the car's going to be heavy. We haven't even mentioned the track conditions. It must be pretty hot out there. Because you see the heat haze on the circuit. 28 degrees Celsius is the air temperature, 32 on the track. Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, that is practically tropical for the what is normally the frozen tundra up here. So we'll see what happens. But
look at time since almost over half of the field pitted on that lap.
No wonder the order's a little bit different then. Boosterland is on lap 16 now. And Boosterland has not... Has he pitted yet?
No.
So now he's among cars. He's lapping cars who have pitted now. Is Boosterland. Jensen hasn't pitted either. So yeah, it's those two who it looks like they've got a fantastic thing going, doesn't it? It looks like they're 30 seconds clear. It looks great for them, but actually it takes a long time to make a pit stop here. Tony Klusterman's last lap was 2:50. He did a 2:22 and then a 2:53. So that's 11 seconds lost and then 42 seconds lost. So 53 seconds it would take to come out come out in the lead. And of course, those two are not going to do that, at least at the moment.
Well, if our pre-race intel is correct, Busalan, Lessen and Blom will have to come in this lap. So let's see what happens here.
They should come in now if there's no fuel, if they haven't been able to save any fuel. Michael Blom is now in third position, actually, which is fantastic.
But he's 35 seconds. Yeah, but 35 seconds behind Busalan, and he has not pitted yet.
Oh yeah,
as
but
Busalan comes into pits.
It still looks great anyway. 25th to third. Yeah. It'd be interesting if Blom actually can continue. If he's managed to, I don't think he's managed to save any fuel going through the pack like that. I wouldn't imagine. So anyway, Busalan in, and we'll see where he emerges. He probably will come out. He'll come out behind Latimore, won't he? Maybe 2 or 3 seconds behind, unless he has a really, really good pit stop. So this is where it's going to be really, really interesting, because the leaders are starting to bunch up as well. The rest of the leaders, should I say, apart from Tony Klusterman, who leads by 7.5 seconds in theory, at least.
And here comes Klusterman, and he regains the lead.
Busalan is finally in his pit box.
20 seconds so far.
There goes Gantar. Busalan must be nearing the end of his stop now.
That's a long pit stop.
I think he's been... Yeah, it's a long, very, very long one here. He's finally away.
25.5.
And that
Dan
was...
Lensen 24.9, so they both had very long pit stops.
Massively long stop, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, they didn't lose any places though. So unless there is a tiny bit more fuel that can be put in, or I mean, what would be taking so long? Maybe repairing some damage? I don't know. Maybe not selecting the fast repair. Maybe selecting the... I don't know. Maybe he missed his box slightly, and maybe the... Because I know that can be a factor. If you're not quite in your box properly, it doesn't kind of affect the pit stop time. So we'll see.
There is a little bit of variance in the time it takes to change the tires and fuel the car, but that was much longer than we were expecting.
Now, I do believe that those laps in the pit stop phase might have been the first laps that Ford have led all season, which is amazing, really. But it's been Holden all the way so far in this PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship.
Oh, and what happened to Dave Janssen?
What has happened to...
He has disappeared
Mr.
on my time
Janssen.
screens.
It's a disconnect. And has he found...
And remember, he is currently third in the champions standings. But maybe not after this one.
Maybe not if he doesn't finish the race, yeah. Let's have a little look there. Janssen. I mean, he knows Tomsic is out. Borges is not, though. And Borges is on course at the minute for 17th place, which would be 252 points. Which would not be enough, actually, to take Dave Janssen's place. I wonder if you do get points for not finishing the race. You know what I mean? I honestly, I've not. I'll be honest. I've not really been paying attention to that.
Yep. Let's see.
So it's a little bit. I'm a little bit
I wouldn't
unsure.
think so. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Because usually you have to finish the race at least.
I would have thought so. Just having a quick look at some of the results just to see if. Although that doesn't help because they're official iRacing results. Okay. Jury's out on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Tanaka and Latimer, though, very, very close together. And that's for...
Second place.
Second place now. Everyone's pitted. Busalan has come out. Busalan's now 27 seconds off the lead, by the way. Chris Jackson is on the back of this battle with Lenson and Busalan now. Because Lenson's pit stop must have been quite long as well, because he wasn't far behind Busalan.
Busalan, his pit stop was only half a second slower than Dan Lenson's. So they both had extremely slow pit stops. So I'm wondering if they took the full tank, whereas the rest of them maybe short fueled just a little bit. Because I'm also looking at Michael Blom. His pit time was 37 seconds. And considering he's a first timer here, he would probably take the full tank to avoid running out of fuel if he has seen any of these races that we broadcast this season.
Yeah, we have had several incidents of fuel issues. But no, I think you're right. I mean, I know that when I've run in series for the first time before, I've just generally taken a full tank. I know it's seems a little bit lazy and a little bit agricultural, but you know, it is easier at the end of the race to know exactly what you need. So yeah, I don't know. See what he does. Somebody who was in the pits earlier on as well after a crash was Katie Taranto. She's now up into 16th place. So a bit out of sequence though, Sam, and that might be interesting depending on how many laps.
And make that 15th place for Katie.
So 15th now. Ahead of Bingham. Is Bingham? Oh no, that's not Bingham, is it?
No, that's Whiting.
Casey's coming into the pits again. So yeah, she did have some extra fuel, but she did pit on lap 2, which meant that I think it was lap 2 or lap 3. So yeah, unfortunately, just not enough. Simply not enough fuel.
Yeah, Katie pitted on lap 4.
Oh, lap 4, okay.
I just remembered that the live timing we have, it shows the when they pitted.
So yeah, what are we on? We're on 42, well, nearly 42 minutes. So yeah, I reckon she could make it on 2 more stops, but that would be 4 stops. So and we've seen how long the pit stops are. So yeah, it's not going to be. She's got a lot of ground to make up. Just take into account that extra stop, and of course now she'll probably be lapped after this pit stop.
Let's see, where is Klusterman? Yeah, Klusterman is lapping her right now.
So the blue flags are going to start waving as well, which of course we know just destroys your race. So Tanaka, I tell you what, Latimore's going to be annoyed, isn't he? Because he did really well to get that move done. It was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, just losing out in the pits. But again, if he's on a strategy which is better, then you know, it may not make a great deal of difference. If he's put a bit more fuel in than say Tanaka has. Tanaka maybe tried to put less in, Sam, to steal a couple of seconds at the pit stop, get the track position.
Yeah, that was 2-second difference between them. It might be just... I don't think that is enough for one whole lap of fuel. Unless they are saving fuel during this stint.
Yeah, you'd have to make a few You have to make quite a lot of laps up to really have any real difference at the end of it. Gantar is slightly off the back of this group, 8.9 seconds off the lead, but he has got, he did have that longer pit stop, so man who qualified second is going to need to get on it a little bit in the second half.
He's had a fairly good pace. Last lap was 2 minutes 10.6, which was 2 tenths faster than Latimore ahead of him. And he is still out of pace with FCT's front back.
Tanaka's kind of up and down on the pace, isn't he? 1 minute he's pulling away from Latimore, and then the next he's coming back into his clutches. So it's he's having one of those. Oh, off goes Taranto.
Yeah, I think with Tanaka it might be that he, as we've seen, he is really on the edge with the car.
Yeah.
So he is really fast, or then he makes a small mistake like running wide, and that cost him the few tenths.
Yeah, and they're only tiny mistakes as well, aren't they? But it's just you can't really, with the quality of some of these drivers that are around, you can't really afford even just those couple of errors every couple of laps. So.
And speaking of pace, just Tanaka lapped 3 tenths faster than Klusterman or Latimore.
I wonder who has the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Actually, I think it is Tony Klusterman, 209.326, I believe.
Yes, that should be it. With second fastest for Latimore and Gantar at 2 minutes 9.5, but those were the laps at the beginning.
Yeah, that was partly the reason why it's been a successful race for him, because he really got on it early and he really threw down the gauntlet to everybody else. And those quick laps at the start of the race, well, you know, as Sebastian Vettel used to do, it really does put a dagger into the field. Klusterman is on the way towards the title.
Yeah, his start wasn't the greatest, but he was able to just hold on to it, and he was able to just maintain the inside line for the first 2 corners.
Yeah, and that was the main thing. That's usually it here at Road America. Once you get past the left-hander at turn 3. What I call turn 3 anyway, the Americans call it something like 8C or something, I don't know. But what should be turn 3 is that's the key point. If you could maintain the lead through there and then just get his head down for the rest of the lap, you would have success, and that's exactly what he's had. Good battle going on for... Oh, hello, we've got a spinner. It's Bill Switzer.
And he has retired to the pits.
That's the king. So he goes wide. Oh, he hits the wall on the outside. Oh, and a big impact with the wall on the other side. Keeps it out of the way. Does okay to just get the car off the line. He's going to tow back to the pits. He hasn't left the session, so I imagine he's going to get a tow. But that is really chucking that smoke out onto the circuit down the main straight. Nice present for the leaders as they come through.
Oh, right, and he is going to be there for a while.
Can you see how it's just blowing across the main straight?
Yeah, I can see it on the cameras.
Really conveniently, you know, just wafting its way towards the start-finish line.
Well, at least it shouldn't bother them too much over there.
At least everyone now knows where he is.
Yeah, it looked like Switzer just got the line slightly wrong in the beginning and understeered off.
Which, in all seriousness, is all you have to do. I've done IndyCar races here. I know you have, and yeah, you just have to get it slightly wrong, and it's game over.
Yeah, especially with IndyCar, you at least hope to have downforce. With these cars, not so much.
Sometimes the rear goes, doesn't it? In the IndyCar, I know through there, and then the Formula 1 car even it sometimes goes through there. And but Switzer's problem was just getting the line slightly wrong, got on the grass, and there's no coming back from there. But yeah, he will have a fast tow if he can. He might be able to get back out there, Bill. Hopefully he can.
But
see as many
didn't
cars in the
he
race as
have a
possible.
pit stop at the beginning? Did he have an incident?
Oh, he might have done actually, yeah.
Because he is currently just under repairs for
I remember
about
you mentioned his name.
a few minutes already. I think
Oh
he
no,
was
here
in
we go.
the Switzer was in the turn 5 incident at the hairpin.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, yeah, I remember. He was one of those cars who got caught up in it. Although, well, the smoke's gone. The smoke is now gone, but yeah, he hasn't got a fresh car yet. So I would imagine that he's got a long wait there as well.
Yeah, if the engine blew, that is going to take a while. But fortunately, the mechanics were able to plug the hole and stop the smoking.
Yeah, so no smoking area. And the thing is, I suppose in a 2-hour race, there is some value in waiting and getting it repaired and getting back out there as long as it's drivable, I guess.
Yeah, he should be able to just to gain a few positions if there is any more retirements or issues for other drivers.
It doesn't really look like there's a hell of a lot of damage even on the front of that car. It's literally not as much anyway as what I think there could have been. I don't think there's any damage to the steering as such, so it might just be the engine, but even then that's a long repair. Stephen Phillips is going along in 9th place, number 46, qualified in 10th. And if you look at that, qualifying 10th and being 9th overall, you'd think it'd be pretty uneventful for Stephen Phillips, but it has been very exciting for him. He's had some good battles out there, and oh, what's that?
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Is
It
that a
was
blown engine?
Morjon.
Is it a blown engine?
Let's see, I believe it was Morjon, and let's see what happens here.
Oh no, he's still going. Oh, he just, dear me, hits the brakes and it spears off to the inside and he hits the wall.
Yeah, loses the bonnet.
He's lucky he didn't break. He's lucky he didn't break the engine, though. I must admit, that was a big hit with the concrete wall on the inside. That's not even a safer barrier. That's a concrete wall. Severe damage to the front left suspension as well. It looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the car is going straight at all.
I think it's official that he's got wheel damage.
Yeah, just take a look at on board. Yeah, really having to take it easy through the carousel. Now the straight bit. Yep, it's all over the place.
Oh dear. Well, Bingham. Oh, Bingham's going to meet him right in the middle of the kink, is he? And Bingham sensibly gets out of it. Has Bingham had his repairs? Yes, he has. Hey. So he's got a new rear wing.
Yeah, brand new car.
Brand new car, and Bingham's going along with pretty decent lap times, actually, similar to a little faster than he did at the start of the race. So hopefully that's done him some good. 51.5 minutes gone here.
Almost at the halfway point.
Almost. I must admit though, Sam, I've got to talk about it. It's very disappointing that we don't have our title fight to watch. I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. Would have loved to see the Klusterman and Kuchasek battle it out for the first place and championship.
But again, you know, sometimes things happen, you know. Sometimes things happen, sometimes things get in the way, and that's what we have to deal with. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be gutted, but there's always next season. He looked very strong this season, so I'm sure if he comes back, he will have every chance of taking the title again.
As we see Victor Morjon fitting in for the repairs. Let's see. It seems like the battles have calmed down a bit. The closest might be for second place between Tanaka and Latimore, with Latimore about second behind Tanaka.
It's going to be a little, by the way, it's going to be a little touch and go if Morrison can actually make it to the finish on just one more stop. It's going to be very, very close, I think. I think he can, but it's going to be touch and go.
Yeah, I would not bet on that.
No, I wouldn't either, and that's unfortunately for him. Although what he could even do, I mean, when it gets to the point where you know you've got to make more stops, I guess you could just come in and do, shorter stints and take less fuel and at least try to minimise it. But when you're that far down, although he has got good pace, hasn't he? He's got good pace in the car, so fastest lap was a 2:11.3, which is pretty decent. Now he's got the repairs. I'm sure it's going to be. I'm sure he's going to be able to lap fairly quickly. But in fact, did he just come in for the repair? Did he not? I don't think he changed the tyres, did he? Or did he?
It was the fast repairs, I believe. So
did he just literally come in for the repair and then go back out again?
Yeah.
Oh well, that's the sensible thing to do, I guess, because he can. He can wait until the proper time to make his pit stop now.
Yeah, and
it was like a drive-through penalty, essentially, wasn't it?
Yeah, and if the repairs were just very long, it's best to just take the fast off, get the car repaired, and go on the track.
Oh yeah, do it now, and then
Yeah.
Why not?
We are currently on. Is it lap 25? So we are.
Yes.
Let's see.
25.
If we are getting around 50 of laps, and let's see, that leaves about 31 laps, and
that's about right.
It's just about. If he does one more pit stop, it's very close.
So some people may try this now. Some people may come in a bit earlier, and put the full tank in so they can get to the end. But however, what it will do is they'll get a little bit of an undercut with the tyres, but they are going to take a bit longer fueling up. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody decides to do something slightly different. There's a very, very low chance of a safety car here, of course, at this point in the race. So that's the only thing, isn't it? Sometimes, Sam, the fact that safety cars are usually not needed. I say usually, we do have the odd one, but it just means that strategy is a bit more of a linear process, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it would be just too high of a risk to make early pit stops, because we might get that one extra lap, and then your strategy is completely messed up.
Yes, the one extra lap, which is done for a few people. I know for a fact it's done for a few people this season. And Tanaka still. Oh, Ronald Moons, where's he going? Off
he is going sideways.
I can't see him. Oh, he's well off. But to be honest, that allows the leaders through fairly quickly. So there's gentlemanly, and then there's that from Ronald.
Most living up to his team name. Going drifting through the corner.
Well, that's it. And Moons is in 20th place. He has actually gained 4 positions from where he started. But yeah, making a little mistake there. I must admit, I wouldn't like to drive this car for 2 hours, because I make a lot of mistakes. I've driven it for an hour in a race before, and that was even that was difficult. The concentration you need to drive this thing is massive.
I don't think I would be even able to drive it for 1 hour.
Oh,
barely one lap.
Lattimore nearly went then. Yeah, I think you're right. I tried to drive this car when it came out, the new one, and it was very tough. I was thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be a bit easier and it's going to be okay. Oh no, it wasn't. I used to drive the old Ford quite a bit. Now in comes Tanaka.
Yeah.
Lattimore stays out. Klusterman stays out. So he might be going for that undercut. We've got an hour left. We've got an hour and 3 minutes, I think. So he's just about gonna be okay, I think.
That is still risky, because you have to take. It's going to be a long pit stop here, and he really needs to have the traffic working out to his favor.
Let's have a look and see what is happening to see what Tanaka can do on his stop then. Why is Tanaka still in the bids?
Yeah, he is currently doing the service. About 30 seconds. Bingham is going through and Tanaka is done.
That was a really, really long one.
Yeah, 29.6. That was not the longest, so it may not be full tank.
Ah, okay. I think I was getting a little confused on that one. I thought, yeah, okay, so yeah, for some reason I thought you said 36. Right, okay, that's fine, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense, right. So, Tanaka is, yeah, he's just in front of Bingham and Whiting.
Yeah, the two teammates here.
Whiting's a lap down. They've already hit each other in this race. Well, Whiting hit Bingham, shall we say. Bingham didn't hit Whiting on that first lap. Those shenanigans on the way down to turn 3. Good one here between Woodward and Borges. That's getting pretty competitive.
Yes,
Borges,
that's for 11th place.
Still could potentially finish 3rd. Which it's quite amazing, really, somehow Borges could still get 3rd place, despite the fact that I don't think we've even seen him in the top 5 all season.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's been very consistent. But
just take a look at these results. Yeah, no wins for Borges.
Do you have any top 5s?
Trying to take a look, but this standings list is huge. So scrolling it is not easy. Let's see. No top 5s.
There you go. No top 5s, but could be 3rd overall. And that, but that does say a lot about consistency. I bet he's had quite a few top 10s, and that's the thing. We're on round 18 of the season, and do we know how many top 10s he's got?
Yeah. Well, he has 14 starts, whereas the leaders have had 17 starts.
Which is even more impressive then.
Yeah, and 8 top 10s. So
wow, yeah.
That's not a huge amount. I was expecting maybe more, but he is high on the standings.
That's still good, isn't it? I mean, I suppose he's still finishing the top 10 in over half the races. We have had a little bit of a... I suppose this season we haven't had that many drivers doing the full quota. I think the only drivers now who are going to complete the maximum number of races is Klosterman and Richard Brightwell, who is currently in 17th place, and that's how many races he's done up until today. Kucharczyk was on there for 18 races, but obviously not taking part in this one. Dave Jansen's done 16, along with Clyde Whiting and Peter Bingham. Tomsic and Borges have done 15, and yeah, then it's Buzan with 13. So yeah, we've had a few. We haven't had that many drivers do the whole season. Hopefully that'll change for next time. We had a lot of movement though, didn't we, in the first few rounds? We had a lot of changes in the driver lineup.
Yes, we also have plenty of just visitors joining us for 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah. So I'm hoping next time. I hope there is another season of this, because it's been really, really good. I hope that next time they can, yeah, we can really fill the grids with some real sort of regular competitors, a bit like the BSRTC. You get drivers turning up pretty much every round of the season for the whole season.
Also, while we've been yapping away, Klosterman has come to the pits.
Yes, and Jackson is in as well from P6. So Klosterman is away. Oh, Tanaka's coming down the straight though. That's going to be reasonably close. And Tanaka, with his tyres fully up to temperature, now sees Tony Klosterman in his sights. How long was that stop, Sam?
31.3 seconds for Klosterman. And
So that
to
was
remind you, Tanaka, it was 29.6.
29. Okay, so 2 seconds. 2 seconds slower then was the stop. So Tanaka must have put in some fantastic laps in the interim. In fact, his outlap was the one after his outlap was a 2:10.1.
That is really fast at this pace. Tanaka has 2 laps older tires at this point, but that shouldn't really matter too much.
No, I think it's not going to be a massive difference, possibly at the end of the stint. But I think what he's thinking here is maybe get with Klosterman, use the slipstream, and they might be able to pull away from Gantar. So in is Latimore. So he was leading. Oh, what's that? I can hear something. I can hear somebody had an issue down the straight. No, I don't think so. I heard a noise. I don't think it was anything. So Stephen Latimore's going to come into his pit box, which is the 6th one.
And it is hitting his mark.
Looks pretty good. Where's Klosterman? He's coming through Bill Mitchell bend, and then into the final corner. Well, Klosterman, yes, he's going to easily get out ahead of Latimore, I would imagine.
But I think Tanaka will be way ahead of Latimore here.
Yeah, because there goes Klosterman. There goes Tanaka. And there goes Latimore. Is Gantar in as well? He is.
Yes, Latimore with a fairly long pit stop at 34.4 seconds.
Did Bill Switzer get back out, by the way? He did.
Yes, he is currently running 8 laps down.
The car looks alright, I guess. But...
well, it is missing a few bits here and there. I think the retail value has gone down a bit.
It's a bit light. Like I said though before, it was a bit lighter than it was before as well. So hopefully that's
super leggera.
Let's hope it's super veloce as well. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble. Let's be honest. He's hopefully it'll help his acceleration numbers a little bit. Because it's although he can. Oh, he's going slowly again. What's happened?
That's just blue flags, I think.
What? Oh dear mate! Look at the front. I've just seen. Look at the front left. Now I know there'll have been a little bit of camber on that anyway, but that looks quite a lot. It looks like quite a lot of camber on that. Maybe a bit more than he intended.
It might help in the carousel path.
It will. It'll help. It'll help somewhere. I'm sure. And Klosterman then. I don't know how. I still haven't really worked out how Tanaka's got so close to Klosterman. I know the stop was quicker, but he was about 7 seconds behind him, so I'm not sure how he's really. So Klosterman's in lap was a 2:22.1 and a 2:57.4 was the one after. 2:21.5 and 2:55.6. So that was about 3 seconds difference. Tanaka's done a 2:10.1 and a 2:10.0. Klosterman. We'll see what he does this time. This will be his first fast lap out of the pits, and it's 2:10.5. So Tanaka is on the charge. He's just done his fastest lap of the race, actually, on the previous lap, and then the one he's just finished is only 2:10 slower. So really, really good from Tanaka at this point.
Yes, and they are teammates, and if push comes to shove, I don't think Klosterman would risk anything. Although,
no, I mean
he has nothing to lose.
I guess not. No. He wants to win the final race, though. So hopefully, hopefully if Tanaka does get close enough, which it's only 1.4 seconds, hopefully we'll be able to get a battle. That's what we want. At least if we can't have a battle for the title, I hope we'll be able to have a battle for the win.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, there should be, because there's no reason for a Klosterman to hold back or just give up points.
Borges is in the pits. I think he's the only one. at the minute.
Yeah, we still have Buselen and Lassan, who have not done their second pit stops.
Busselin's in the lead again then.
Yes.
So these two are on the same strategy. They should really then, Buselen should be able to get one more lap in if he pitted on lap, I think he pitted on lap 16, didn't he? Yeah, he did. So he should really be able to go at least one more, maybe two, to make his strategy, to maximise his strategy. I don't think he should come into the pits this time.
Yes,
he doesn't.
He is staying out.
And
so is Lenson.
Oh well, he'll get some laps led at least. I just need to talk about as well the safest driver that we've got out there. At the moment, it was actually Clyde Whiting, but considering it was funny because it was Whiting, Bojes, Tomsic, and Winter, and they've all had crashes in this race. So Whiting absolutely annihilated Bingham in the first corner, in the first lap. Bojes has been in the walls as well. Tomsic was out after less than a lap, and Winter is out as well. So Buzan is not here. Kucharski isn't here. So I think it might be. I don't know if Buzan counts for the points, given the fact that he's only done 13 races. But if he does count, then he'll be the safest driver. If not, it'll probably be Rafał Kucharski, unless Klosterman gets a zero incident race. But I'm not sure he's going to have that. It's very difficult to get in the V8 Supercar.
Yeah, I think especially on this track, you will get those 1x incidents. Let's say for in turn 1 especially.
Yep. No, certainly. It's a track where you've got to be very precise, is Road America.
And also you got a few places where you can get the 1x incident without the slowdown, and it might even be faster way.
Yeah, if you need it, that's true. So Jean-Philippe Busselin then continues to lead, as he's enjoyed, I think, 4 laps in the lead in this race so far, which is very good for him. Oh dear! Oh, he almost loses it. Oh dear! And again, I think it's time for some new tyres.
Also, same for Lenson.
It definitely is time for new tyres now, at least after that.
Yeah, both of them are struggling there.
Oh dear. I think he's going to be in, is he, this time?
I mean, he has to be.
Yes. Is Lenson in as well? Yes, he is as well. So, Lenson's gained a bit out of that, I think, as well. Oh, what's happened there? I don't know if I heard a noise again.
You've been keeping hearing those noises.
Ah, no, there's a bump, isn't there? There's a bump at the entry of the pits. And Busselin's car just jumped over the bump, and it scraped along the floor, and that's the smack I heard. It's the same noise as when somebody clips the wall.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I just heard the car bottoming out, and that's what sounded like somebody had crashed. I thought, please tell me he'd not crashed in the pits. Klosterman is leading. Oh, he's just done a 209.9. That's a very good lap indeed. That's his best lap since lap 3.
Yeah,
Tanaka
I don't think we've seen those.
3.
Yeah, we've not seen those kind of lap times since the beginning.
No, no, very, very good indeed from Tony Klosterman. That might just tell Tanaka that, yeah, actually, I've got it covered, mate. And that's about as close as I'll let you get to me.
Let's see. Who is still yet to bid? Kowalski has bidded once. Ronald Moons has bidded once. Michael Bloom is in his second bid right now. And Clyde Whiting, he still hasn't done his second pit stop, but he did have the long repair.
The Whiting was that, sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least his car's fresh now, but yeah, he already he had some issues, didn't he, earlier on? So that's fair enough.
At least on my timings, it's showing 1,603 seconds pit stop.
That might be right.
So there might be something just more than just fuel and tires there.
Yes. Lunch, I think. I think that's what he stopped for. Meanwhile, Busalan then has dropped behind Chris Jackson, I believe, but he's gonna have a go here. He's gonna try and get past quickly as Busalan. Oh, through the kink. It's not the place you want to lose it. He nearly loses it. He's got a great run. Can Jackson defend? Busalan has much fresher tyres. Oh no! Jackson defends the line. To Canada corner. Can Busalan get the drive out of the corner? Jackson for NQR. Never quit racing. He's not quitting on this position, which I believe is this sixth, Sam?
Jackson is 5th.
Oh, he's 5th now. Oh yeah, of course, because Lenson pitted. Yeah. He's got a good run now though up the hill. Surely Busalan is going to have a go into the first corner. Jackson doesn't really defend. Busalan's going to try and go up the inside with fresh tyres. He answers around the Jackson, around the outside. Busalan gets a bit twitchy. He's still on the inside. Oh, they make contact. Jackson slightly wide. Busalan, I think he's trying to let him go back through again, but here comes Lenson now. Oh,
no
dear.
way through for Lenson.
This is going to be a difficult one. Oh, contact between Busalan and Jackson. Banging wheels, smoke everywhere. Busalan's lucky he didn't break the suspension.
That could have been the repeat of what we saw earlier in the race.
Yeah, definitely could have been. And that was a big accident on the first lap between Tomzic and now look at the. Just having a quick look. Oh no, it's just the bodywork. It looked like one of the rear wheels on Jackson's car was damaged, but I think it's just the way the bodywork is. Busalan's got a good run through the carousel though now, Sam. It's very good indeed. Can he follow him well through the kink? Oh!
No. Gets a little bit loose there.
Jackson getting very sideways as well.
But still close enough.
It's a great fight. Oh, Busalan getting slightly out of shape. Jackson cuts him off at the pass. Excellent racing. The European PenPower V8 Supercar Championship. This is on Apex Racing TV, iRacing Live on Road America. It's the final round of the season. Andrew Woodhouse and Sam Kumar bringing you all the action here, and plenty of action we're getting. At the moment, Chris Jackson defending his 5th position from Jean-Philippe Busalan, the highest placed Ford driver. There's another one just behind him as well, Dan Lenson.
Yeah, going on board with Lenson to watch this unfold.
Oh no!
Oh!
Here we go! Oh, somehow he's not going to get it stopped. Jackson's off. Busalan continues. Lenson is through into 5th place.
And he had
Merry
the perfect
Christmas.
view. Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay.
Were you on
again.
board with him when that happened as well?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, fantastic. That would have been great to watch. Awesome. Very, very good. I don't really know what happened either. I'm going to try and go back and give you some kind of verdict on that. But
yeah, they just made a contact on the straight piece of road. Not really sure why.
It's like, it looked a tiny bit like Jackson drifted across, but I think you're going to have some natural, because the natural crown in the road's going to make you drift slightly anyway. Tough one. Very tough. I think it's a racing incident.
Yeah. Also, for the past few laps, Busalan, when he's been making those moves, he has been very generous in giving Jackson space on the outside.
Yeah. And I think,
so maybe Jackson was expecting to have more space there.
I think on that occasion, I don't think there's anything really much either of them could do about it.
No.
just one of those unfortunate ones. It's a bit like what we said earlier on, isn't it? It just sometimes just some stuff just happens, doesn't it? And there's not a great deal you can do.
Something that happens here is battle for 15th place between Lundgren and Braco. Bradwell going on the outside. Oh, not quite there, but let's see if he gets the cut back.
Oh! Somebody off there. I think it was possibly Jackson off again. Looking pretty good though, Chris Jackson at the moment.
Running 7th right now.
Yeah, back where his car looks okay. I think even considering the contact, I think it was light contact. So just on his way there, he's well ahead of Bingham. Bingham, incidentally, has moved back up to 8th place. So he's had a very, very good run out there, considering he was well and truly in the walls earlier on. He was really in no man's land, wasn't he? But
just looking at the other drivers. Yeah, other drivers who had the long repairs, like Whiting, currently running 17th. Taranto running 18th. So it's definitely just worth sticking it out and keep going.
Bill Switzer's still going in the Superleggera. The Holden, look at that. It's Superleggera, Super Veloce and Super Cooling as well. I think there's plenty of cooling for that engine, which, you know, is fine. It's fine. We've heard of minimalist race cars. That's definitely one. Tony Klusterman leads by 2.5 seconds over Victor Tanaka. Tanaka this time does a 2:10.4. Klusterman 2:11.0, so wasn't the best lap for the Canadian. And Victor Tanaka, of course, the American.
Yeah, also Latimore 10.4, matching Tanaka's times. So he's picking out the pace as well.
Yep, see what he can do. 2 seconds is the gap now, so it's definitely within reach for him, I must admit. How long have we got left? We've got about 40 minutes.
39 minutes.
Oh,
plus
39.
Whatever there is, depending on where the white flags comes out.
Depending on whatever the final lap brings us, exactly. That extra lap could be the death for some of the drivers, though, I must admit, in terms of the fuel. So I eagerly await it. We'll see what happens.
If the previous races have been anything indication, we will see some kind of fuel drama here.
Tell you what, we've still got 14 cars on the lead lap. It is about to be 13 because Alec Kowalski is going to be lapped by Tony Klusterman. But yeah, no, a very well-driven race in general. And this is where Klusterman's heart goes in his mouth, because he doesn't want Alec Kowalski to make a mistake at, say, the kink, which would be a big one. Oh, and this might be interesting here. He didn't give a lot of help, did he, to the championship leader?
No, it looked like it was just a late decision from Klusterman as well.
Yeah, a bit of both, really, wasn't it? And here comes Victor Tanaka, trying to get the slipstream. Now he's got a double slipstream, so he's going to be strong down here. Tell you what, if Kowalski moves out of the way now. Oh, he's lost it. Well, he's moved out of the way. All right.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it, isn't it?
Maybe a bit too generous there.
Scattering cones everywhere. It reminds me of Mika Hakkinen at Hockenheim. I think it was 1999, where yeah, cones flying absolutely everywhere when I think he had a puncture or something. And yeah, but what that has done is that's meant that Victor Tanaka can close in even more on Tony Klusterman.
And you know what? Tanaka was really lucky there, because if you take a take a look at the replay. Kowalski, he got the back end, one of the rear tires on the grass. It first switched him to the right and then to the left. So it could have gone really badly for Tanaka.
Yeah, he could have gone really badly, but he's now closing in again though, and I tell you what, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting because I mean I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen the rest of this race. We've only got 36 minutes.
Yes.
So
two teammates going at it. Tanaka runs wide here on the exit of King.
he's pushing hard. See he's going for it. 2:11.8 for Klosterman, 2:10.6 for Victor Tanaka. USA versus Canada. Normally a rivalry, mainly a hockey rivalry, but been out on the circuit here today. What can Tanaka do then? Should we go on board with Tanaka for a lap?
Let's do that.
Tell you what, Sam, you can take us through the Road America circuit.
Okay, so here we are on the main straight approaching the turn 1, which is very fast. The curb inside is very flat and you can use plenty of it. Just avoid running too wide here on the exit. Now skipping through the turn 2, which is and then turn 3. This can be a very difficult corner. You really need to hug the inside line and get a good run. As Tanaka ran a little bit too wide on the exit curve and just spun the wheels. Now the long run through the moraine sweep into the turn 5, one of the prime overtaking spots here. This is extremely sharp and there is some camber you can use on the inside.
Slow
Under the cold red bridge. This is in my opinion one of the hardest corners on the track. The braking point has very little grip. And now we go to turn 7 and towards the turn 8. Pretty straightforward left-hander on towards the carousel. And here you can see different drivers taking different lines. Some prefer the wider kind of a diamond line, others keep it tight on the inside. Now to the King. This requires high precision or you will be going over the track. As we've seen, slight mistakes cause some major incidents. Towards the turn 12, the Canada corner, another great overtaking spots here. There's plenty of curves on the outside, but it is fairly slippery, especially towards the end of the race. Now this technical section here. Tanaka has no trouble with it, and the final corner. Get a good run through here and you can set up a pass for the turn 1. As Tanaka comes to pits.
Alright, so for the final time, we thought he might have to pit now. And he's going to be definitely hoping that we don't get that extra lap, because he might be on the brink with that. I'm not exactly sure, but he did pit early in the last phase of the race. It seemed to work for him then, so I wonder what it can do for him now. Incidentally, it just looked like a little bit of a scruffy lap, Sam. It looked like he was just trying a bit too hard.
Yes, he must have been just trying to maximize his in-lap. I believe he pitted 4 laps before Klosterman.
Yeah,
we have the timing sheet, he might be
I think it was 2 laps, I think. He pitted on 26. Klosterman pitted on 28. So yeah, 2 laps. So Klosterman is pretty happy here because he can go a couple of laps. He's obviously going to have to drive pretty hard in these. What we think is probably. I mean, in theory, he's got a few laps. If you say that, because he went 15 laps. Hold on, he pitted on 14 and 28. Yeah, he's probably got another 2 or 3 laps before he comes in. And of course, he won't have to take a great deal of fuel. Where's Tanaka emerged from the pits. Then that is just behind. Is that the lap car of Kowalski?
1.6 seconds behind Chris Jackson.
Okay, so that's 54 seconds behind. Oh dear.
Yep.
There goes Kowalski. They're moving out of the way again, very gentlemanly. For Tanaka.
Yeah, again,
he's moving out of the way in spectacular fashion, isn't he?
Yeah, giving Tanaka a few scares there as well.
I don't know what information Tanaka knows about him, but he's moving out of the way very, very quickly. Yeah, so who knows? But as well, Chris Jackson probably won't get too involved with Tanaka because, of course, teammates and probably want the race to just play out. They're probably on a TeamSpeak server or Discord somewhere. Probably this one actually, discussing that very thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and look at here for the 4th place between Lensen and Busselin. It's very close here.
Busselin is getting quite unruly under braking into Canada Corner through Bill Mitchell Bend. Closing in into final corner. Ruslan a little bit wide. It's great to watch this Fiat Supercar. The drivers really having to, every lap, Sam, that the drivers are pushing hard and they're really having to earn every position they get.
Yeah, we don't see those kind of perfect laps that are repeated over and over again that you might see in the slower Formula cars. This is just you can see that the drivers are constantly fighting the car, trying to keep it under control.
Yeah, it's pure driving at its best, and like I say, I did a few races on Apex Racing TV in the old V8 Supercar series that we used to do, and never really did that well in any of them, but I know what it takes to drive the car, and it's very difficult indeed. I think Robert Lundgren's just found that out, Sam, because complete 4-wheel drift into turn 5.
Let's take a look. So he's coming in. Yeah, nice recovery there. He looked rear brakes there just slightly, and that's sent him into spin or slide.
Meanwhile, by the way, Stephen Lattimore is leading the race. Hasn't come into the pits yet. So, see if he does this time. No, I think he's going to carry on. I mean, in theory, Sam, some drivers might even go to lap 47, 48.
I think we will see some change in the strategy for the last 30 minutes. And who is that coming out of Bingham?
Bingham. Who's that just in front of Bingham? Is it Ronald? It's Ronald Moons, who is in 19th. Victor Morajon is still going as well, incidentally, in 20th place. And Bill Switzer has actually gained a place now over Stephen Phillips. So, no, that's very good. You see, there is definitely a benefit of staying out if you can. Staying in the race, sorry, if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Still 11 cars on the lead lap as well. Anthony Woodward is the last of those. And he's 1 minute and... Well, he was 1 minute and 53 behind, but actually he's going to be a lot less, I think, once the pit stop phase has taken place.
And still only 3 cars that are still running and 2 or more laps down. So we had a very good consistency with these drivers and not too many incidents.
Jackson in the pits as well now. It's from P6. And so
quite a few drivers in the
Lenson's now a good bit ahead of Boussalan, Sam, so he's either found a little bit of pace or Boussalan's dropped off. Boussalan's last lap was a 12.3. I think he's just pushing far too hard out there. That's what it looks like anyway. He's got damage. He's got more damage? Or is that the damage from the previous incident? I don't think that.
I don't think so.
I don't think that was missing before.
He has had an off track on the lap 40. Just taking a look. It is already damaged here. Let's see. Go back further. I'm trying to find out what happened to Brazilian.
See, I don't think that was. Like I say, I don't think that was damaged. I'll have a quick look and just see whether that was damaged in. Oh no, it was damaged in the contact. It was just damaged in the contact with Jackson. But I'd just not noticed it before. But suddenly he's had a couple of really slow laps. Lenson has moved out to about 3 seconds over him. And Lenson's done a really good lap, 2:10.9. So that's one of his
second
fastest.
second faster than Latimore, who is currently still running first.
2:11.6 for Lenson. Boosterland 2:12.5 again. So Boosterland's struggling. He may as well come in now, Sam. He may as well come in. I mean, I don't think Boosterland's needed a repair before now, so he's probably still got his fast toe in place. So he may as well come in now.
Yeah, if he's currently losing second.
Out,
yeah, if he's losing second per lap, he might as well.
Yeah. So I know he's trying to stretch that strategy out so he doesn't have to take as much fuel. But you know, Stephen Latimore, for instance, yeah, okay, he's not going super quickly at the minute, but he's in a much better position to be doing that at the moment than what Boosterland is.
And the thing with the suspension damage is that it tends to get worse because now your tires are wearing out unevenly and unexpectedly.
And the suspension might be uneven as well, might it?
That's true, yeah.
And so yeah, that might be part of the issue, of course. Yeah, we'll see what the see if there's anything that's really going to change in the final few laps. Tony Klusterman and Victor Tanaka are only 1.8 seconds apart.
Yeah, Klusterman hasn't been able to pull a gap.
Tanaka's just gone under 2 minutes 10 again. But again, if you think about it...
Oh, and he's gone off the track as well.
Oh.
That was really close to the wall. Did you see it?
We said he was pushing hard. Wow! What a fantastic save by Victor Tanaka. That's why he's one of the most exciting drivers in this series. Showed it there. He wouldn't have excited himself though. He'd be wishing he wore the brown pants, I think.
I think there needs to be a Tanaka award for the series for the most exciting driver.
I think you're right, and I think he would win it somehow. Definitely would. And this Victor Tanaka award goes to Victor Tanaka. Stephen Latimore is the man who's leading the race at the moment, though. It's going to be a bit short-lived, I would imagine, because he still has a pit stop to make. In this race, it's been a 3-stop strategy for pretty much everybody. We've had a couple of 4-stoppers who've needed. I know Victor Morijon's done 4 stops, but Katie Taranto's done 4 stops. Well, in fact, Taranto in the pits again, so I don't know if that's for the 4th or 5th time. Stefan Spantig is in the pits as well.
Spantig has been there for a very long time. And so has Taranto. I believe they are both doing repairs.
So Spantig pit... Oh! So... Somebody ended up off the track because... who was that who ended up off the track? Was that Klusterman? Hold on. Oh, it's Tanaka. Tanaka ended up off the track a couple of laps ago at turn 1.
Yeah, and I also found out what happened to Spantic. He just got run wide on the exit of King on lap 39 and just hit the wall. Basically what happened to Tanaka, but he was not quite so lucky with the recovery.
Let's have a quick look then, do the kink. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was so unlucky. That was really unlucky because he almost did the exact same save as what Tanaka did.
You could see that he was just trying to save it, but
he just clipped the wall, only slightly. But Yeah, that was enough to send him over into the other wall, unfortunately. But what happened to Katie then? Did we see that or not? Or was that just another? Because originally I thought they might have crashed with each other, but but obviously they didn't. So.
Well, there is off track for Katie. Ah, Canada corner perhaps on lap 38.
Let's have a look.
In fact, he is very slow into the Canada corner, and it goes completely straight. So something must have happened. Maybe in the King. Taking a look.
Is that another one? That's another one. It's another one who's. She was another one who ran wide at the King. Oh, yeah. Oh wow! Into the left-hand wall. She didn't go off to the other side like the other two, but
no. I think that's the second time we saw that kind of understeer.
Oh wow! Yeah, Morrison. I think it was, wasn't it? The other one?
Yes, I believe so.
So yeah. Michael Blome is still going as well. We haven't mentioned him for a while, but he's lapping in the 212s. He's in 11th overall. Still 14 positions gained, so very, very good indeed for Blome.
Yeah, very good for a first timer in this series.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think regardless of your ability, I think if you still make up 14 places, it's very good. Busalan is off, and he's back on. That was at turn 1. Oh, he's just come out of the pits.
Yeah,
just
the replay on the screen.
Busalan, and I don't know how he's managed to go off there, but he's just probably lost most of the time he'd gained by doing the long pitch strategy, I'm afraid.
I think he just it's a very different line when you come through there at the reduced speed.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time as Busalan. And
it's a long race, so it starts to wear out on you, and you start to get distracted.
You start to get annoyed as well if you keep going off like that. Oh, someone's smoking. Who's that? Oh, Bill Switzer's smoking again.
Oh no.
Oh, he needs to kick the habit. Oh, he's gone. That's why he's kicked the habit. He's
guess what happened?
I have no idea.
I give you a hint, it's the corner we've seen many times before.
Oh, is it the kink again?
Yep.
Wow. Nobody crashed at, like, literally one person crashed at the kink for the first hour and a half, and now in the last 10 minutes we've had about four victims of it. But it is the kind of, but I'm just thinking, it's the kind of corner where you mentioned obviously how precise you've got to be, but there'll be so many marbles building up through there, and dirt and things like that, and as people go off and things like that, it'll only get, I suppose the corner will just get worse.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also Switzer had a very damaged car, so maybe the Supercars just didn't have the front downforce anymore.
I think he's allowed to get. I think he definitely gets an excuse. I think that was not a car that was long for this race. I think, and you know what? To be fair, he probably wasn't going to gain any more positions anyway. But
no,
he gained one.
Yeah, he was 8 laps down.
Yeah, he did gain 1 or 2 positions just by staying out, so that wasn't too bad really for Switzer. He won't finish the race though, unfortunately.
And the battle continues for second place between the teammates.
It's funny because they're not that far ahead of Lenson either now. Behind him, sorry.
No, but Lenson hasn't done his pit stop.
Tanaka off again. Just wide into the grass. So he kept it straight this time, I guess, and that's what saved him. But he's caught up again after going off. He's caught up, but he really seems to be just, there just seems to be grass and gravel following him everywhere. He just seems to be using track limits and more and everything to try and catch Tony Klosterman. If you can pull this off, though, it'll be an exceptional race. It'll remind me of the Spanish Grand Prix, just how it's been a relentless pursuit for this entire race. If you can pull it off.
Can you see, by the way? Yeah, can you see how many engine points he has? I bet there is plenty of off tracks.
I can't see them, but I bet it's quite a few. The only difference that he has, of course, compared to Lewis Hamilton, is that he has the older tyres in this situation. So, oh yes, look at that drift. That was fantastic. But it hasn't helped Klosterman at all. Hasn't really helped him. It's a good run for Tanaka. He's starting to get in the range now, where a move is definitely possible. And even makes Tony just think about defending the line when he doesn't have to. Oh, great run by Tanaka, great traction.
Three tenths right now.
Now it's a full-on battle. Full-on battle for the win. We've got 17 minutes.
Yeah, more or less.
So it's probably less, actually, thinking about that.
Well, it's just under 16 minutes, but
16 minutes.
Yeah, we'll still get the last full lap after the checkered white flags comes out.
It's just a straight battle for the. It's a straight battle for the win. That's what we like. Dan Lenson, in fact, is the one who's actually leading the race, but I would assume, we have to assume he should be coming into the pits either on this lap or the next lap. Yeah, there's no there's no earthly way that he would have saved 6 laps of fuel, but it could be interesting because if he doesn't pit on this lap, the chances are they might get quite close to him. And Klosterman did a 209.9 and it still was slower than Tanaka, so Tanaka is flying.
Tanaka really closing in through there. Let's see if he's able to get a good run out of the last corner.
That was his personal best of the race. Oh no, it wasn't quite his personal best, Tanaka, that time, but see, he's got a slipstream here.
He's got
a lovely run here. Klosterman did a 210.2. May not be enough. Tanaka edges alongside his teammate, but this time doesn't. Tries to make the move. He's going wide out of turn 1. It's going to be down the hill, I think, here. It's going to be into turn 5. Klosterman nice and smooth on the power. Tanaka likewise. Now he's weaving. Now he's weaving to try and break the slipstream. Oh, he's almost in the grass. He needs to pick a line now and stick to it. He has. He's picked the inside. Hard on the brakes they go.
But now Tanaka gets good.
A bit wide.
Yeah.
Tanaka kind of followed him a bit though. Into the corner, which she said has very little grip, and yeah, I can say from experience, it's not a very good one at all. Very difficult corner. Head to head then, teammates. Tony Klosterman is going to win the title, surely.
Now let's see here, last time round, Klosterman was way faster through the carousel.
Yeah, let's see if he does it again. Very similar lines here.
Not much difference this time around.
No, not at all. And I'm sure we're setting up to be an absolutely fantastic battle with with 13 and a half minutes to go. Through Canada corner. Then Bill Mitchell bend. In the final corner and up towards the line.
Again,
tell you
weaving.
what. Go on, yep.
Yeah, Klosterman just again trying to weave and break the gap, but I don't think Tanaka is close enough this time around.
Not into turn 1 anyway. Turn 1's a good overtaking opportunity, but you do have to be alongside. You cannot, it's not a corner that you can come from a long way back and make a move. Hard on the brakes again is Tony. Let's see then. Under the cheese bridge, which we've actually not mentioned tonight.
Yeah.
And right in the slipstream now of his never quit racing teammate. Klosterman hard on the brakes. Likewise Tanaka. Klosterman gained a lot on the braking that time.
And going under the Corvette bridge.
Oh, and then the and then we're soon going to be going towards the Sausage Bridge. So we'll see that in a second. Down the hill towards turn 8. And Klosterman just pulling a little bit of an advantage now, and this might be where the tyres will help him out, the fact that they're 2 or 3 laps newer.
Yeah, Tanaka taking a wider entry through here. Slightly falling behind, but not much.
Yeah, he is, and I mean, the funny thing is, Sam, he looks like he's driving really nice and smooth again now and tidy, whereas he wasn't before, and yet he was closing in before, whereas now it's like he's tidied it up a little bit, but he's actually going a bit slower. So,
but also this section is where
Tanaka.
Yeah, this section is where Tanaka has been strongest. As we can see him gaining up. That was 4 tenths.
Wow, that was a bunch, wasn't it, through there? And but maybe he was just saving the tyres a bit. Maybe just letting them cool down a little bit, getting back up to temperature, and letting him have and then maybe having a go again, a fresh assault. It's not a great deal going on. We'll stay with this lead battle, but I'll just inform you of the rest of the positions. Dom Gantar is in 3rd, Stephen Lattimore 14th, Dan Lenson in 5th, 6th for Jean-Philippe Bousselan in the number 666 car. That's worse than David Baker. Chris Jackson in 7th, 8th Peter Bingham, 9th Kim Holter, Jose Borges in 10th, and Michael Blum in 11th. Anthony Woodward is a lap down in 12th, 13th Richard Brightwell, 14th Clyde Whiting, 15th is Robert Lundgren, 16th Alec Kowalski, 17th Ronald Moons, Victor Morrison is 18th, Katie Taranto 19th, and 20th and last is Stefan Spantig.
Oh, and look at this. Now our leading battle is entering traffic. There's 3 lap cars.
We've got a massive amount of traffic here.
So this will get interesting.
Indeed it will. And we'll be here to see all of it. We've got about 10 minutes left in this race. Plus whatever the final lap will give us. 3 drivers up front there. That is Stefan Spantig, who is 20th, Michael Blum, and Ronald Moons. So yeah, Moons is 1 lap down. It's about to be 2. Spantig is 7 laps down, and Blum is still on the lead lap actually. So yeah, it's been very good for him.
Yeah, so at least it is not.
Oh wow!
Wow, that was close to Moons.
Yeah. Oh wow! Klosterman's slow out of Canada corner. He's on national corner, not being very nice to him on this occasion. Oh, Tanaka! Is he going to go for the inside? No, he's not. But you're right, Sam. This is the section where he's very strong compared to Klosterman. Klosterman's very good in the first part of the course. Tanaka very good in the second. And here he goes. He can't defend Klosterman this time.
Oh, and Klosterman might get blocked by the lap traffic.
He's pushing his teammate towards the wall, and Tanaka has to get out of it. Great battle here.
Yeah, that would have been a good chance for Tanaka to take the inside line and just
yeah, just to block him off a little bit. You're right. But he might be able to do that here, you know. Klosterman might be able to use this. He might be able to use Michael Blum as the blocker. Think of American football. He's the running back. He has to push his way through. And Tanaka, look, you see. Well, Klosterman's the fullback, and the running back is Tanaka because he's the one. He's the deep back and trying to get through. Oh, and he might get through here. He's up the inside. Into 6. Side by side, a bit of contact. Klosterman gets forced wide. And Victor Tanaka takes the lead of this race.
That was decisive.
Yeah. It had to be, didn't it? Because so many little chances for Tanaka. But now this is going to be an interesting thing. He's got older tyres than Tony Klosterman. And he's got a naturally more exuberant driving style, shall we say. So it's going to be interesting, very, very interesting to see. Can he hold on to this for the remaining 7 minutes?
Also, when you've been following another driver
Klosterman off at the king.
Yeah, when you've been following another driver for so long, it takes a moment to adjust to the different balance.
Yeah, you're
And I
exactly
think
right.
we might have seen Klosterman there getting caught up by the push behind another driver.
Yeah, and Tanaka, well, we'll see if he's affected by exactly what you said, Stan, because I know it's happened to me before. I was following a car, Watkins Glen, for about 20 laps once, and he crashed, and then, well, no, sorry, the minute I overtook him, I crashed at the next corner. The balance was completely different, and that's exactly what's happened, what can happen, but it hasn't happened to Victor Tanaka, because he's currently leading this race, and you know what? He's got a nice lead already, 2.37 seconds over Tony Klosterman, who's going to be our champion for first part of 2017.
At this point, we got about, I think that is 3 laps maybe. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. So I think that's about right. I think lap 50. I think lap 54. I think might be the last lap.
Yeah, it will be difficult for Klosterman to catch up, as Tanaka is pulling away even more.
Yeah, he's fine now, but I think Klosterman, you know, he may have just decided, look, I'm just going to try and get to the end of this race here now, and I'm happy with second. My job's done this season. I've won the title. Rafael Kuchaz, of course, not here. And yeah, he just has to get to the end, and he will take it. Norman Gantar is in third. We haven't looked at him for a while. Let's see how he's getting on.
He's had a fairly quiet race, I think.
Yeah, it was just the only bit for him that's really been that exciting was the start, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When he was side by side with Klosterman, but apart from that, yeah, that was pretty uneventful for him. But I think the privateer will be very, very pleased. Oh, dear me. Of course. He nearly loses it just as we start.
Yes.
You know, we start talking about him for the first time in about an hour, and he nearly loses it. But yeah, he's still trying hard out there. Gantar 2:11.1 last lap, not too bad. I'm going to set the world on fire. Tanaka, you see, the only thing I wonder about Tanaka is he just pushing too hard? Is he just pushing too hard? The fact that he's now got a 4-second lead and he's 2 seconds a lap quicker than Klosterman. Is Klosterman having to save fuel as well, Sam, possibly?
Yeah.
Because even though he pitted later, it may well be that he got it wrong.
Yeah, it can be harder to estimate the fuel when you're going for a long stint, because there's just more chance of it to just go slightly into the wrong direction.
A little bit up, it doesn't, of course, but yeah, hope isn't always the best calculator of fuel. I know that. As well, Stephen Lattimore is only about 5 seconds behind Gantar. He hasn't got enough time, I don't think, to do anything. He is lapping 1.2 seconds quicker, but that's not going to get him. It's not going to get him there in time.
And well, Gantar is coming up to that traffic we were seeing earlier. So this might give an opportunity for Lattimore.
Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
Moons. Yeah.
Moons, incidentally, is up to 16th place, ahead of Morojon. And he's getting 8 positions on Moons.
Yeah, he has had a fairly decent drive after that repair. Although we did see him get a spinning when Tanaka was making a move on Klosterman.
Yeah, but that's about the only one for him tonight. Done pretty well. This might be the final lap. I don't know. It'll be very close, I think.
I think this will be because
2 minutes and what? 5 left. 2 minutes
one
and 2.
1 minute 45 seconds. So this will be the final.
Oh, 1
lap.
minute 45.
Yes.
Yeah. All right then. Final lap of the season. As is that Kowalski in for a pit stop? Splash and dash for him, I think. Oh dear. Well, we knew there'd be somebody.
Yes.
There may well be more. We don't know yet. We're on the final lap now. And if for whatever stupid reason it's not the final lap, then yeah, we'll definitely be in trouble. Or some people will be anyway. We won't.
It will be. But if there's one track where you don't want to run out of
wait a
fuel.
minute. Wait a minute. I think Borges has had a crash.
Oh dear.
Borges has been in the wall. 10th place. Gets on the brakes. Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah, just a rear lockup and that turned him into wall.
It was quite late on that though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Quite late on during the braking. It's not like he hit the brakes and it kind of and it just went there. Look at the front of his car, it's absolutely knackered. But there we go.
Well, he is still going.
Well, Tanaka is ploughing along very, very nicely. It's only got half a lap to go, Victor Tanaka. He was in 15th in the championship before this round started. I think he's going to go up to... he might be able to go up into maybe 10th or 11th. So, been a successful final few races of the season for him.
That's
Round
impressive.
Canada corner.
Yeah, impressive considering he has not been participating that much.
Yeah, this is only his 9th race out of 18. Victor Tanaka comes round the final corner here at Road America. Accelerates out up the hill. And he takes the checkered flag and wins at Road America to end the season. Fantastic race from him. But over the line comes our champion, Tony Kloosterman. He takes victory here. And that'll be enough to seal the deal for him. Norman Gantar going to finish on the podium.
Good race for him.
Very well done. Started in 2nd place. And over he comes in 3rd. We haven't seen anybody run out of fuel yet. Sam, I'm still waiting.
Yeah. And as I was saying...
Oh, Latibor! Latibor's out, I think. Yeah, I think he was out.
But he just made it through. Yeah, there's a very steep uphill, so you don't want to run out of fuel on the last corner, at least.
Yeah, this is the worst. This is the worst circuit for running out of fuel on.
Yeah, Dan Lansen comes in 4th.
5th for Lenson, Sam, I think.
Oh, yeah, right. My thumb screens are just completely messed up, as usual.
But still, that's a good race. 5th overall. 5th in qualifying as well, he was. Jackson has just about got enough to make it. Boosalan, the same. I'd be really shocked if Boosalan didn't have enough because he only pitted with about 6 laps to go or something. Bingham coming round as well. He was in the wars early on. But in the end, you know, he's going to take that top 10. I think he's going to be fairly happy with it. What might have been if he didn't get hit at the start, well, he might have at least been close to Jackson and Boosalan to have that damage. And Kim Holter is the last one on the lead lap, coming around the final corner now. And
yeah, Kim Holter, we've not seen him a whole lot during this race.
No, it's going to be 7. What's it going to be overall for him? It's probably going to be about
maybe
about
9th.
sort of 14th overall, I think, in the championship. So I think, yeah, 9th in the race. 2 minutes 2 behind. And happy with that, I think.
Yeah. Do we have anyone else still running?
Not at full speed, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, who was
No,
that?
I think that was Woodward, I think. Or Borges, was it? It was somebody. Is Kowalski still going? He might be.
He is at least going at full pace.
Don't know if it's going to be a swift trip to the pits for Kowalski.
Yeah, he's coming to Brits.
That is everything. So, on the moon's drifting his way around the carousel, and yeah, okay. It was good. It was good enough. It was fine. But yeah, Victor Tanaka takes victory. I will go through the finishing order with you. Tony Klusterman in second place and the champion of the series. Dominic Gantar in third place, with Stephen Lattimore in fourth. Fifth is Dan Lenson. Chris Jackson in sixth. Seventh is JP Busalan. Peter Bingham in eighth. Ninth, Kim Holter. 10th, Michael Bloom. Jose Borges was also a lap down in 11th. 12th, Anthony Woodward. 13th for Clyde Whiting. Robert Lundgren 14th. 15th, Alec Kowalski. 16th, Ronald Moons. Victor Morjon in 17th. Katie Taranto 18th. 19th, Richard Brightwell. Stefan Spantig in 20th. 21st, Bill Switzer in the Superligera, with Stephen Phillips in 22nd, Dave Janssen 23rd, 24th, Klaus Winter, and Daniel Tomsic was in the wall on the very first. Not what he wanted at all, and yeah, just not at all really. It was he could have had third in the championship, but it was not to be for him. Right, we're going to go into the interview room now, so we're going to just move down for you. And, well, we are well and truly in the winner's circle because we have the NQR teammates, Victor Tanaka and Tony Klusterman. And, Tony, well, it's mission complete for yourself. Well done, you're the champion.
Thank you very much, Andrew. It was a pretty good race for me. Victor pushed at the end there, and I wasn't sure if we were going to go one more lap or not. And I didn't have enough gas to go another lap, so I let him go.
We wondered actually whether that was going to be the case. Actually, I think he only got across the line with I think it was only about 10 seconds to spare. So yeah, it was going to be fairly close. Just to go over the season with you, you've done all 18 races and generally been very, very consistent. How disappointing was it that you didn't have to battle for the title, or was it disappointing? Did you want to fight for it, or did you were you happy for it to be given sort of how it was?
No, you always want to fight for it, and Rafael gave a good fight all year. Victor, if he'd been in more races, would have given us a run for the championship as well. And it's always a lot more fun when it's competitive like that. You know, you don't have to win every race, and it's just a matter of having good close racing. And you know, Victor and Rafael and Doman, those guys have all proved that this year.
Do we have any idea why Rafael's not taking part this week, or
family obligation?
Ah, right, okay. Well,
we
you
have
know what?
short time tonight.
Yeah. But no, in fairness though, those things happen, and that's what we have to deal with here. And you know, he'll still be very happy, I'm sure, with second place. Tony, will you stick around with us just for a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah. Just if you can, just give a quick thanks to your sponsors and your team and things like that, just quickly, and we'll get back to you in a little bit.
Yeah, Never Quit Racing, Chris Jackson, Victor, Farouk when he's able to make it out, some ability obviously, and big thank you to the organizing committee and for you guys for putting on the broadcast. Excellent job, thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you very much. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Victor Tanaka also joins us here, and Victor, can you hear us?
Yep.
Ah, great. You must be ecstatic with that. That was a fantastic race, and you had to go through quite a lot, really, to get to the top step of the podium, and you must be really happy.
Yeah, it was a tough race. Yeah, much practice before the race, so I was finding a little bit of there the race win. And yeah, I tried undercutting Tony a couple times, trying to pit as early as possible to close the gap. It worked out at the end, close. He almost put me into the wall, but that's what race is all about.
Nah, that's what you do. That's what you do to your teammates. If you can't put them in the wall, what are you supposed to do? But yeah, a fantastic win. And we were a bit concerned about the fact that your tyres were a little bit older in the final stint.
Yeah, it was all going to come into play, but should have front of Tony.
Just losing you a little bit there, Victor. I don't know if it's maybe a volume thing. I don't know if you could just speak up a little bit and see if that makes it a bit better.
All right, sorry, is it better now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So with my calculations, I should have came out of the pits in front of Tony, and the fact that I didn't, it made me question if he had enough fuel or not. And then he told me that it was really close. So yeah, I had older tires, but he had a little less fuel on board, so it was fun anyways.
Yeah, I think he tried probably as hard as he dared for as many laps as he dared at going at full pace, because you guys were quick. You guys were at one bit sort of doing 209s again, which is qualifying pace nearly. So yeah, fantastic battle it was, and yeah, we look forward to it. I mean, obviously it's a little early to be talking about next season, but are you planning on doing a full run next time?
I'll try to do as many races as I can, but yeah, hopefully I'll get a little closer to doing all of them next time.
Well, mate, it's been a pleasure watching you race this season. You've definitely provided the entertainment. I'll give you that, and yeah, you've gained a few places in the championship tonight as well. Well done.
You guys know exactly where I'm at the championship?
Not entirely, but I'm just doing my terrible sort of calculations. It's probably about, you've probably got up to about 12th or 13th, I would imagine.
Okay, yeah, not too bad.
So I think that's ended up okay, considering you only did half the races. That's not really bad at all. Thanks for joining us once again, mate, and hopefully we'll catch you next season.
Will do. Thanks a lot for the broadcast, guys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Right then, there's so many of you in here. I don't think I'm going to have time for everybody, but let's have a look. Who else is here? Who had an exciting race? Let's have a little look. All right, Chris Jackson. There we go. Oh, you're my next victim. Can you hear me?
I can. I'm not sure if my mic's clear or not. If I had trouble with it.
No, that's cool. Maybe a tiny bit quiet, but it's cool. I can hear it. Well, that was an eventful race, to say the least, for yourself, and yeah, quite a lot happened. You had some good battles. Mostly, if you take us through the battle that you had at the start of the race, because you were kind of in the middle of it all, and then those two guys crashed. It was like Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, I got lucky at the start, and throughout the race, had some great runs with Dan Jensen and JP. That was a lot of fun. I'm not sure what happened to JP and I down the straight. It felt like our cars got pulled in together kind of awkwardly, but ultimately it didn't effectively hurt us too much, so that was good.
Yeah, and it was yeah, it looked like a bit of a racing incident, so it was a bit of a, you know, it was one of those, wasn't it? Nobody's fault, I don't think, but yeah, after that you recovered well, and are you happy with finishing 6th after all that?
Yeah, some very skilled drivers out there, so 6th place is I feel pretty good. Not comfortable with the track fully yet, but it's a tough track, so had a lot of fun and good racing by all.
I was saying I used to do a few races in the OVA Supercar, but not of course anywhere near this standard. But I know for a fact that doing these long races is very difficult. And is it hard to concentrate after nearly 2 hours in this thing?
Yeah, I race in the rift, so it gets quite hot, gets a bit foggy, and sometimes mid-race down the straights I have to grab my cloth and try and clear it out. So it does get a bit tricky sometimes.
No wonder you drive into each other on the straights then. No, I'm only kidding. So you must have got the cloth out there in the middle of the fun. No, Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you race that race, and yeah, you go and have a nice sort of relaxing evening.
Cheers. Thank you guys very much. You guys do wonderful.
Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time. Right then, I think one more. Let's have a little think. Come on, Sam, who do you think? You can pick the next one.
Okay. Let's take... Let's take Jose Borges.
Alright, take it away.
So, Jose.
I knew it. Hello.
Hey. How was the race? It looked like pretty exciting out there tonight.
Yeah, on the first run I had 2 lower pressures, and on the second 2 stints I improved a lot by going up on the pressures. But at the end, I made a cock of myself, so
Yeah,
I
we
went
saw
into
that.
the wall alone. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
We
you
also
didn't
saw
get
that-
away with that. We did see it.
I
Yeah.
really was hoping that Michael would give him the place, but no, it's racing. Hello.
Yeah, we were looking at also the championship standings. You did finish in was it 10th?
11th.
Yeah, 11th, and you were 5th before this race in the standings. So, Andrew, do we have final points for Jose?
I will see if we can. Yeah. I don't know how quickly they get updated. No, I don't, unless they're in the.
We have a couple of drop weeks, guys, so I think the calculation will be tomorrow.
Yeah, because we were
Okay.
wondering, because there was good battle for the third place in the championship standings between Janssen, Tonzik, Borges, and well, also Whiting and
Whiting
Bridewell
as
as
well.
well. Yeah,
Whiting and Pete, we were all together, I think.
but we also
So, yeah,
had
that-
Janssen dropping out early, and Tonzik as well.
Yeah, Tomzik is he dropping out may get some of the guys into the top 5. That's what I
But-
think, at least.
Yeah, summing up your season, because we were also looking at you've had a fairly consistent results. Maybe not that many high positions, but you've been there getting the points every week.
Yeah, I think I suffer from not having a teammate. You know, although I discuss with the guys and the guys are really open to discussing setups, but not having someone to race with daily would come in handy. Would be handy.
Oh well, ladies and gentlemen, if you know where to find Jose Borges, there he is. So for next season, step right up. No, seriously though, it does help. It does help a lot. We know that. From I think you can tell even at the front of this series that there's a lot of improvements being made sort of week on week. So I think Sam, it's important, isn't it, for the whole season?
Yeah, it really takes a whole lot of work of you if you have someone you can work with and just bounce the ideas. And if this season is any indication, I think anyone would be lucky to have Jose with him. I mean, that's just consistency right there, and that's what you need from a teammate.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and as well, it's just not just the sort of the setups. It's not just really the banter. It's as well, trying to, because you're going to have bad races in the season, and it's trying to sort of pick people up. It's encouraging them to sort of, come back and try again, and that's half the battle. So I think definitely next season, Jose, if you can find yourself someone, I reckon it'll. You might have a chance of that top 3 again.
I don't think so. Top 3. No.
Hey, you could have got it. You nearly got it. So who knows? Hey, thanks for joining us anyway, and thanks to everybody as well in the commentary box with us at the moment. We just simply don't have time to get through all of you, but it has been. I will say it's been one of my favourite series to broadcast. It's been a fantastic one to be a part of. So I do thank you very much. Tony, just have a final word from yourself just before we go. What are your plans for next season, and do we know what the league is planning yet?
Yeah, the league organizing committee has season 3 pretty much set up now, so we'll be announcing that shortly. I think Light's here, and he could always speak to that. So we're taking a break for a few weeks, and then we'll be back at it. So we'll, I think that we're going to have another good turnout next year, and certainly we've set up what I think is a good basis for a friendly league.
Yeah, and Tony, you might be the sacrificial lamb here, but in fact, no, Jose, I've seen those messages. Jose, let's come back to you. Okay, so PenPower have been a massive help in getting this series to where it is. So, if you could just take us through what they do and give them a shout.
The best person for that would be Pete Bingham.
Oh, I see. He's passing the book over now.
Yeah, it would be the best. person to talk about that seriously.
All right, then, Pete. Take it away.
Yeah, cheers, Jose. PenPower is run by my wife, and it's all to do with writing for wellbeing and bibliopoetry therapy, so helping people who need to express themselves in different ways through writing.
Oh, excellent. That sounds like that's a brilliant. It's a brilliant
It's
idea.
noble.
It's a fantastic idea, and I think again, I think we need to do more of that going forward. But anyway, yeah, thanks very much, Pete, for that. And is that going to continue for next season as well?
It is, yeah, and I should put a shout out to Nat. She has to put up a lot when we come racing. So
There you go. That's the right answer, by the way. That is the right answer. No, thanks, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, we're going to go and wrap up the broadcast now. So thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Right then, Sam. That's just about season 2 completed. And I've really enjoyed working with you this season in the commentary box. Have you enjoyed the series?
Yes, it's been the first time broadcasting this series, and it is rapidly becoming one of my favorites. As I probably mentioned every single week so far, but it never really disappoints. Always great action here.
Hey, and your first season really doing full commentary. How did you find it?
Well, it took some getting used to, but I think I've gotten more used to it, and it is less of pain. But also still working the cameras at the same time. Of course, there is added challenge there. But I mean, it's fine.
I've seen how much work that is, and yeah, it's not easy. So well done. No, mate, I want to say thank you to you as well, because those first couple of races when I was commentating on myself, I did. My voice was taking absolute battering. So, but yeah, I do appreciate your help, and yeah, everything you do for the series as well.
Yeah, I also appreciate like having you here just to guide me along with this commentary and getting used to it. It's been easy to get into.
Well, that's yeah, well, that's what it's all about. All right, thank you everybody for watching here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. This has been the PenPower European V8 Supercar Championship, and what a season it's been. And Tony Kloosterman has taken all the honours. So thank you very much, everybody. We will see you next time. Good night.